Master Sergeant Daniel Tank Thompson sat in his wheelchair, staring at the Purple Heart in his weathered hands. The metal felt heavier than the 50-pound packs he used to carry through the mountains of Afghanistan. 3 years had passed since the IED explosion that took his legs and changed everything for his family. His 8-year-old daughter Lucy ran into the living room, her school backpack bouncing. "Daddy, can you help with my math homework?" she asked, climbing onto his lap without hesitation. She had never known him any other way, and her innocent acceptance both broke his heart and gave him strength to keep fighting. "Of course, sweetheart." Tank smiled, pushing away thoughts of unpaid medical bills stacked on the kitchen table. His wife Sarah worked double shifts at the diner, but veteran disability payments barely covered their basic needs. Physical therapy, medications, and home modifications had drained their savings. The house they dreamed of buying remained just that, a dream. Sarah entered the room, exhaustion written across her face. At 28, she looked 40, aged by stress and worry. "Tank, the insurance company denied the wheelchair ramp again," she said quietly, not wanting Lucy to hear. "They say it's not medically necessary." That night, after Lucy fell asleep, Tank sat at his computer struggling with words that seemed impossible to write. Finally, his fingers found the keyboard. "Dear President Trump, my name is Daniel Thompson, and I lost my leg serving our country. I'm not writing for myself. I'm writing for my daughter, who deserves a father who can take care of his family." He attached a photo of Lucy helping him navigate the 3 steps to their front door, both of them smiling despite the daily struggle. "Sir, I gave my legs for America. I just need a chance to give my daughter the life she deserves." He hit send at midnight, whispering a prayer his own father had taught him years ago. 4 days later, Tank was helping Lucy with her spelling words when his phone rang. The caller ID showed a Washington, D.C. number he didn't recognize. "Sergeant Thompson? This is Michael Hayes from the White House. President Trump received your letter and wants to visit your family this weekend. Are you available?" Tank's hand trembled as he held the phone. "Sir, are you sure you have the right number? I'm just a disabled vet in Ohio." Michael's voice was warm and certain. "Sergeant, the president specifically said he wants to meet the hero who wrote about his daughter's future. Can we arrange a visit Saturday afternoon?" Word spread quickly through their small neighborhood. By Friday, news vans lined the street, and neighbors offered to help prepare. But Tank insisted everything stay normal. "If the president wants to meet us, he'll meet us as we are," he told Sarah. "Lucy deserves to see that her daddy is worth a presidential visit just as we are." Saturday arrived crisp and clear. Tank wore his dress uniform, the Purple Heart pinned proudly on his chest. Lucy wore her favorite dress, the blue one with tiny American flags that she'd picked out for the 4th of July. Sarah, looking beautiful despite her exhaustion, held Tank's hand as they waited on their front porch. The motorcade pulled up at exactly 2 p.m. When Trump stepped out of his vehicle, the first thing he did was walk directly to Tank and salute. "Sergeant Thompson, it's an honor to meet you," he said, then knelt down to Lucy's eye level. "And you must be Lucy. Your daddy wrote me the most important letter I've ever received." Lucy, shy but curious, whispered, "Are you really the president?" Trump smiled, his eyes kind and genuine. "I am. And I came here because your daddy is a real American hero, and heroes' families deserve our very best." In that moment, Tank felt something he hadn't experienced in years, the profound respect of a grateful nation embodied in one man's presence. Inside their modest living room, Trump sat on the couch next to Tank's wheelchair while Lucy showed him her drawing of her father in uniform. "This is Daddy before he got hurt helping people," she explained matter-of-factly. Trump studied the crayon drawing with the seriousness of examining a masterpiece. "Lucy, Did you know your daddy is one of the bravest men in America? Trump asked. She nodded proudly. He's the bravest daddy in the whole world. Trump looked at Tank with genuine admiration. She's absolutely right. Trump then turned to the practical matters that had brought him there. Sergeant Thompson, I've reviewed your situation. The wheelchair ramp will be installed within 2 weeks, fully funded by a veteran support program I'm personally overseeing. Sarah gasped, covering her mouth with both hands. But that's not all, Trump continued, pulling out his phone to make calls right there in their living room. Within 30 minutes, he had arranged for Tank's medical bills to be covered by a new veteran support fund, secured a job interview for Sarah at a VA hospital with better pay and benefits, and most remarkably, connected Tank with a home loan program specifically designed for disabled veterans. Mr. President, Tank said, his voice thick with emotion, I don't know how to thank you. Trump shook his head. Sergeant, you already thanked America with your service. This is America thanking you back. He knelt down beside Lucy again. And Lucy, I want you to know that your daddy didn't just serve our country. He made it possible for little girls like you to dream big dreams and make them come true. As Trump prepared to leave, he made one final promise that would change everything. 6 months from now, I want to come back and see how your family is doing. And Lucy, I want you to tell me what new dreams you have, because heroes' daughters get to dream the biggest dreams of all. 6 months later, Trump's motorcade pulled up to a completely transformed scene. The modest house now featured a beautiful wooden ramp that Tank had helped design and build himself. Solar panels glinted on the roof, part of a veteran energy assistance program. Most remarkably, a "Sold" sign stood in the yard of the house next door, which the Thompsons had been able to purchase and were renovating as a workshop for Tank's new business. Lucy, now 9 and even more confident, ran out to greet the president wearing her Girl Scout uniform. Mr. President, Daddy started his own business fixing things for other veterans, and Mommy got promoted to head nurse, she announced proudly. Behind her, Tank rolled down his ramp with ease, Sarah beside him glowing with pride and health. Sergeant Thompson, Trump said, shaking Tank's hand firmly, you look like a man who's found his mission again. Tank nodded, his eyes bright with purpose. Sir, you gave me back more than mobility. You gave me back my ability to serve. My workshop helps disabled veterans modify their homes and equipment. I'm serving again, just differently. Sarah, no longer aged by stress and exhaustion, hugged Trump warmly. Mr. President, you didn't just help our family. You showed Lucy that America really does take care of its heroes. Trump looked at Lucy, who was practically bouncing with excitement. Lucy, what new dreams do you have? I want to be president someday, she declared without hesitation, so I can help heroes like Daddy. Trump's face lit up with genuine delight. Lucy Thompson, I believe you'll make an excellent president. And when you are, I hope you'll remember that the greatest leaders are those who never forget the people who serve. As the visit concluded, Tank reflected on how one letter written in desperation had transformed not just his family's circumstances, but their entire outlook on the future. Lucy waved goodbye to the motorcade, already planning her next letter to the president, this time to invite him to her 10th birthday party. The weight of the Purple Heart no longer felt like a burden in Tank's hands. It felt like what it had always been meant to be, a symbol of honor, sacrifice, and a grateful nation's promise to never forget those who gave everything for freedom.